asalaamaaleykum.
waaleykum asalaam.
loo mun a wax si différence bi soo ñëwee si éducation bi in 90s ak léegi ni time bi.
Well, actually, there is a big difference. Big difference. Big gap. I will take from myself our time when we were going to school. Things were very hard. It was hard, but nonetheless, we used to make sure that we study. We study hard. Our parents are not well equipped. Some people, some students, their parents were well equipped. They give them all the facilities. You understand? But some of us don't have those opportunities. Imagine, the then President Jawara had created bus services for schools. We call it Libyan Jamahiriya, bus services. For schools, students used to pay only 10 butut. Only 10 butut. But today, the fares are different. But with all that hardship, with all that difficulty, we would say, then was more difficult than today. Because what we saw that time, it was difficult. Imagine they give me lunch for 1 week, $5. But today kids are going to school. Some of them are going with $100, $200, $50. But today it's totally different. But if you look at compare the education system before and now, it's totally different. You understand? Then people were more focused, more serious on education. And teachers were so much lenient, more patient. You understand? They used to go and even visit you at your homes to advise even your parents. You understand? They go to your parents to see your problems. They go to your parents to see your problems. If you are not making good in the class, we used to go to parents and see. We know, we learn. Some students don't even want to take shower. That's also an education problem. Because when you are not comfortable in the class, you don't take shower in the morning. You don't, when the sun is getting up, like 11, 12, you'll start scratching yourself. You don't even concentrate on the class. We detect all those things. There are even girls, they don't want to take a shower. But what I used to do is, I'll make sure that the boys, the girls will fetch water, and then you take shower. I tell you, these are the girls, tomorrow will be the mamas for you. These are the ones you're going to marry. So you're going to be serious. You disturb your parents at home, we detect it. We give you a corporal punishment. That was a serious corporal punishment. This corporal punishment has to come back. It has to come back. It's totally different. Cultures have been imported. That's why we are having educational problem. Because our time there wasn't like, corporal punishment should be out. No. Yeah, we were in democracy, but the kind of democracy now, I cannot understand. It's a crazy one. For me, it's a crazy one. You understand? Because at our time, students will even get up early morning, take a shower, do some warm domestic work at home, and come to class on time. But kids today they will say elders, they don't even say hello. You see, the moral is totally out. You understand? And afternoon also is affecting our students. A child will get up in the morning, an African child, you cannot control. They'll be everywhere in the morning. Some will not even take a breakfast. They will come late and take a breakfast and say, Mama, I'm going to school. That also is weakening you because they exhaust themselves to go to the afternoon. So if I am government, I would give a suggestion that they bring back, let them abolish afternoon classes.
Why?
Because that time the kids are weak. The time they come to school, they are weak. They play the whole morning. So it's no point. It's only elderly, more elderly. Like you complete, high school, then you go to MDI, for example, for bigger courses. That's the time you can go afternoon. That even is a struggle for you. Psychologically, that weakens the kids. I prefer government to build more schools. Let them come with more schools. And stick to morning, only morning.
If these things are done, just like you rightly mentioned, do you have hope that things will go better?
And teachers have to be very willing. They have to know their psychological problems at home, within the society. They know sometimes you have to detect kids, their friends they used to move with. You are in the village. You should go around. Me, my time, I will tell you when I was a teacher, I was very strict. I was very strict. In the evenings, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, towards Monday, I wear my shirt, rag jeans, put coins in my pocket because boys used to do gambling. I was strong enough. I'll go with a very good stick, Nyowa Karawas. Yes. I go to where they do gambling. I join them. I say both win, both loss. Before they detect, then I recognize all of them. Monday morning I'll be at the assembly. Even whereas I'm not a teacher on duty, I recognize all of you. Psychologically. I know you, I saw you. You were doing gambling and I join you. Yes. They will start to come. Lay them in front of the assembly, in front of their colleagues. You understand what I'm saying? So these are things that government has to put in. Yes, corporal punishment can come, but since they want to abolish it, you can have, like, for me, not 6 courts, 10 courts.
10 courts is okay for a child.
Severe beating. Severe beating. I used to tell my student Ikra, to a time, we went to a time, I had to summon a meeting. Say, headmaster, look, I want to have a meeting so that at least we can share this idea. So that common entrance, we want to lead the Gambia. The possibilities are, I would ask every teacher, or you ask every teacher, which subject area you are best, you are much better. You take that subject. So we rotate. Some of the primary school, then they don't do that. These are also psychological also. Because a teacher that you are used to in your class, sometimes you will go, you get used to. But when a new teacher comes, you have to behave. That helps us for disciplinary, for encouraging the kids. We make sure that we show them the attitude of students. You are an educational somebody, life have to be put aside. Even programs in Burfoot. Sometimes in weekends, I go there. I saw them. When I saw them, I said, they don't have to. Yes. So a child needs to be guided in many, many ways. Parents have to guide. Community have to guide. The people that you are within. Because today, if you live in Sanchaba on one street, where you rose, you become somebody. You are a family to everybody. But if you have nothing, you are not a family to nobody. So,
what advice do you have for the students and the teachers?
Students need to focus. Students need to know that when you are a student, you are a student. You cannot take education and life together. You will fail. You will totally fail. You will totally fail. You will totally fail. Life and education is totally different. You cannot be going to school, you see yourself in grade 9 or grade 10, you start going to clubs. Weekend you want to go. Even in Sunday beach should be stopped.
Sunday beach should be stopped. Why?
Learning time. When school
Is it that for the fact that students are attending Sunday beach, is it denying them from being focused in class?
Some of them doesn't go home. Some of them they develop pregnancy there. I have to be very frank. I will not hide. I will tell you what is happening. They indulge them to life when they don't reach that stage. You can finish work. Our time, we finish high school. We hustle. We struggle. We look for any odd work. Any odd work that is decent, you can make a living. You start from there. Me, when I left school, I joined the teaching field. From there, I joined the hotel industry.
Which school did you graduate from?
Muslim high school.
And which school did you teach?
Burfoot, the only school I taught. But we made we made record. We made a legacy at our time.
That was in which year? That was when?
From 1979 to 1986. Combo here, we record the best results and common entrance. Even Serakunda, we beat them one time. Banjul, we came out fourth in the Gambia. We started with 7 results common entrance. The following year, 17. The following year, 27, 37. That's how we were going. They will bring students from all over, stubborn ones, from Bakau, Banjul. You take care of them. There is one Akum man in Bakau. I forgot the name. Stubborn kids, mostly they take them there to discipline them. But we did that also. Some of my students today, some of them are general in the army. Some of them are directors at education, section directors. So I am proud that my time I have done well and I have a legacy in Burfoot. The elderly people at my time who knew me, they knew that I have a record. When there is a social activity, I will be there. Road maintenance, I will be there. Funeral, I will be there. Christening, marriage, I will be there. And I was helping Burfoot to develop a school. Unfortunately, the greedy ones, they sold the place.
Which greedy ones?
The citizens there, who should be responsible, because we build it for the kids, for the future. I was there. Some of them even don't want to help socially. Gambia is a problem. You want to do something, they're lazy. They're lazy. Socially, they are lazy.
Gambians are lazy.
Some of them, they want to sit down. You work, you give them, they eat. That's nature of some other people. Not even here alone. It's Africa. Generally, I travel in Africa. I saw. That dependency was at our time. Believe me, you finish that time, 80s, when you have something. The whole family comes to you. He knows. That guy knows. I don't want to tell you certain things. But I struggled. At the age of 28, I had big responsibility. I was having responsibility. But I love my family. I love my family.
So what advice will you give to youths out there?
You need to focus. Need to be active. If you don't move, you will not come across with anything. You'll be sitting down, somebody is walking, going to look for. You see Senegalese boys, they are taking materials, they are walking, they are selling. Gambians can do that. Fullers come here, they start with firewood bread, with motorbicycle. You see them with Renault Kango to supply bread. They have shops. Gambian boys need to invest in shops. Let's go back and build more shops than more in commerce. Let me say it that way. When I say fullers are coming, I am offending myself. My mom is a fuller, so
It's normal.
The Gambia is nice because our social living, we share everything in common. The Jolas and the fullers are, Senoma, they can teach each another. Brikama and Burfoot, they are Senoma. Jara and Yomi. Gunjur and Sukuta. So this country is very nice. We don't have to leave our kids. You see a kid doing something wrong, don't neglect, contribute.
So are you saying African parents nowadays are lazy? Or they don't?
No, they put their kids to a level where they are not. You see a small child, you give him a phone, give her a phone, a small child. Yes, because we are in a digital world. We are in a digital world. You want your child or your daughter to speak on a telephone. But give a computer to sit down, don't give a telephone. Then you help her to go to Google. Because Google, you know how Google is built?
No.
They take it from encyclopedia. That's where education is. Ask anybody, any intellectual here who knows about education. That's where that's education is in encyclopedia. There is a book, textbooks called, I think if I don't forget it's called English Comprehensive Textbook. Also, it's part of Google. It's part of, you depend on that one. You speak very good English. You know your tenses, past tense, present, But here, kids are going to school. They cannot even speak proper English. We need good teachers for English. We need good teachers for maths and other subjects. But all these subjects derive from where? Can I tell you? All these subjects you are talking of, they all derive from English. It's definition. If you know definition, you can be able to do anything. Define.
So, if we are to say, because you said the difference between the 90s and now, how education was, and now how teachers were performing well, and how students were performing well. So, if you are to point your fingers at anyone or at any place, who do you think, or what do you think? It's a general phenomenon.
I'm not limiting it, and I can say it. It's a general phenomenon. The ones whose kids are doing well today, they are well, they have finance. Their kids are confined. You see, social, what we call is peer influence is something else also very, very dangerous to our kids. You see kids, they'll come to home. They come to your kids' home because you have something they don't have. They want to get your child out to go and have a stroll. They can even instinct them. They can even put them into stealing. You understand what I'm saying? So your child is going with somebody. You should know that child. How you sit with your child and discuss. Anytime a friend comes, allow him or to sit. Any child comes to your child for a chat, observe. When it's food time, he will say, I'm okay. And you will try and say, okay, no, he will not accept. That guy is not a friend to your child. Drive him away or her away.
Why?
I learned it from my father. I rose by the hand of my arm of my father. I do all donkey jobs for my father. I sacrificed my life for my father. Because of my parents, I don't want to leave this country. People talk everything. I'm here. I face all challenges, but I bear. But alhamdulillah. Yes. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure meeting you guys.
ku yoddu sa xat te quality jasna ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jasna pire sa ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jasna your number one stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jasna amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala pos abaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jasna amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jasna ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi makeup artist yi bàyyiñ leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay makeup product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofa sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jasna si 250 0124 ak quality jasna taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it bégal sa alaaji aas